I almost forgot to add myself to the stream. I had a share screen on, but not myself. Guys, how's everyone doing today? My lighting is horrible. What is wrong with my lighting? Usually, I look my face is a little more illuminated. There are not 7 people in here, 8 people, 10 people. Are you serious? I got to have a look at this. Give me a second, guys. What I like to do is sometimes I can pull up my stream on a separate tab and I can see how many people are actually in here because StreamYard right here, it shows me how many people have even seen it on Twitter because it just got posted on Twitter. And so, but I like the truth. If you haven't yet, go to this guy's stream right here. We did a stream with Maximus Crypto on Friday. He's a good guy, guys. He's a good guy. And he's not a Pulsican, Hexagon. He's familiar. He holds, but he's not like, it's not his hobby horse like many of us it is. But go to his channel, watch the video, share it around, and then, of course, subscribe to his channel and follow him on X. He's one of us, and he's going to have us back on. And we are all about being back on his channel. He could be watching. He wouldn't mind. He's one of those guys that when he interviews us and he doesn't know anything about the Grays, like barely a little bit, like he read about it, watched a couple of videos, but when we talked to him about it, at least 3 times in the, you'll see it. He exclaimed like, wow. And I'm like making mental notes. I'm like, oh, he's getting it, like, yeah, wow. Yeah. Danny, how you doing? Wannabe, hello. And David listening in from Spain. So, subscribe to his channel, follow him on Twitter, watch the video. When you watch crypto videos, watch them all the way through. I think I can show you the screen here instead of nothing. Hold on a second, guys. So today is Sunday. We're going to do the full presentation, but I cut it down a lot. This is the guy, Maximus Crypto. I mean, red-blooded, apple pie, all that stuff, guys. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm going to go, just give me 1 second, guys. I got to go to my videos, and then I'm going to pull up my YouTube and see what we got cooking here. Find out the truth. We want the truth. How many people are actually watching? Because I think we had, when we were streaming, when was it? It could have been Saturday on Spaces. We were 65. I think it was yesterday on Spaces. There were 65. 15 people here on a Sunday. I bet by the end of this, we'll have 40. Maybe if I get on topic, we'll garner some eyeballs. But I appreciate everybody being here. You have no idea. I'm just I name myself the Prairie Banana, so I can't be a Prairie Banana. I got to be the. Is that goofy or what? So I'm just the Prairie Banana. How do you say it? I'm a Prairie Banana trying to carve out a living around here, Hey, thank you for liking my video too. I got to like it myself. There you go. Number 10 likes. Okay, cool. And what do we got cooking on the chart? Goodness. That's what. Goodness. I'm still dark. Like, I got a new hat, guys. All right, check this out. All right, I'm going to show you an illustration. While people are coming in, watch this. All right, so before I had this hat, I had hats like these. I'm going to watch this. I showed this to somebody yesterday, and I didn't realize it was so impactful, so amazing. Like, this is my new hat, but this is the hat. I used to wear this on streams. Look at the difference. Okay, look at this is a decent hat, but look at this hat compared to like even my old straw hat, which I've had this for 10 years, but I tore it up last summer mowing lawns. You had to go underneath trees and it catches on the branches and it tore it, and then I had to wash it in the washing machine, the dishwasher machines. But look at this, frumpy. A step up, in my opinion. And I like the dark, but this got all faded when we run it through the machine. And then my wife's like, you just got to get a new hat. You're in front of people. Actually, it's me that's saying that. You're in front of people. You need to, look presentable. Because I wear a hat. You guys don't need to watch my bald head. And then here we go. You guys done with the hat stuff? It's yes, Pedro. Alice, England. Are you in England? That'd be cool. Right. Let's look at the chart. We're gonna do the full presentation today. It's gonna be short. Facts about PulseX versus pTGC. I will show you the facts. Oh boy, we got the facts, dude. All right, this is pTGC versus WPLS. And this is the chart. This is not, if you want to look at an USD, click on USD and then zoom out a little bit. You can just simply go to the weekly. All right. Beautiful chart. Is my audio coming in clear, guys? Beautiful. Well, okay. So for the last few weeks, it's been a little bearish, but let's look at it back in WPLS. Because I'm most excited about how we're moving against WPLS. That really gets me going. Look, we've been up to like over 22. You see that, guys? At about 22.7. We nearly hit 23 pulse per pTGC, and we're down to 19. And I saw that today. I was like, oh man, we're down below 20. Well, guess what? We have a strong history. If you see, you can see it right here, of moving up against the layer 1. What do you think is going to happen? I think we're going to go beyond this 22.7. We are going beyond the 22.7. It's look at that 15, 18 months of history, whatever it is. It's getting close to 8. Oh, it's not quite 18. So, and then the reason I was happy to see this right here at 19.66, because that means the layer 1 is picking up some speed, and we need that. We want that. We want Pulse to be successful, and it is, in my opinion, it's going to be. But pTGC and UFO are going to be successfuler. That's my opinion. Not in England. Okay. Well, that could be good, and that could be bad. You're from England. Okay. Let's see. I want to keep up on we're going to answer you, Jeff. I've been following you for about a year on Twitter and YouTube. Thanks, Wannabe. I appreciate that. If I'm not following you, drop your handle down below and I will. Hi, PB. Hi, Grays. Romeo. Oh, I can pop these up on the screen, No, you're from England. Okay, let's answer this. Facts. All right, you ready for this? You might want to sit down. All right, let's add the stage. pTGC, and we could do this in UFO too, because I was having a conversation with somebody a couple weeks ago, somebodies, and both of these guys are like, we need to bring UFO into the conversation too, because don't mistake that UFO it's a brother to pTGC. Each of these tokens has their own characteristics that are going to make them go nuts, in my opinion. So, but let's start with pTGC. We're going to click on other pairs. You see that? So you're going to see all the other pairs. Let's find pTGC versus PulseX. And then we're going to look at it in not USD, but PulseX, just like we did in WPLS. Oh, somebody did something funky here. Let's reset the chart view. The Prairie Banana was. Here, give me some candles. There we go. Oh boy. Does that answer your question, dude? I haven't done this in a while. So I need to sit down too. We are up against WPLS. If you skip the first month and if you skip the first 2 months and just start here at the bottom of this monthly candle here and go to where we are today, we are up 26,450% against PulseX. There's the facts. But that's the history. But that's a strong trend, is it not? As pulse X goes up, it's going to drag pTGC up. Pulse X is a deflationary token, dragging up another deflationary token, pTGC. It's beautiful. 26,000%. Alien tech. That's right, TS Pedro. You hit it with the alien image. It's alien tech. It's now 20 pulse X per pTGC. Let's look at UFO. And it's 1.4 PLS per UFO. Let's look at it. Oh, we wanted to look at UFO and pulse X. UFO has a shorter history. Let's find the other pairs. UFO, PLSX. Less dramatic. But if I may, we'll measure from, we'll just go to June to where we are today. Up 24, I'm going to call it 2,400% against pulse X. You know what? At one time it was, how do I do that? 0.0. That's, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was in, I thought I was looking at it in terms of PLSX. Let me take that measurement again. Let's go to June, 17th of June. 1,000%. There you go. 1,000% against pulse X. So at one time, like back here in June, it was 0.12 pulse X per UFO. Now it's 1.45 pulse X per UFO. I hope that helps, Jeff, because to me, those ratios are impactful. I started learning about the ratios, and when I came into this ecosystem, all the guys in the chat, I knew they were excited about pTGC, and they're saying, if you own pTGC, you own Hex, you own Pulse, you own PLSX, Inc., PDI, Teddy Bear, all these tokens. I didn't understand, but I do now. Actually, if I had understood back then what I do now, I would have been loading up more. I didn't. But it just kind of hit home with me back in December, November timeframe. And you literally, here's the thing. If you had sold all of your Pulse on August 26th, when we hit 1-to-1 with Pulse, pTGC did 1-to-1, you would have 19.6x your Pulse bag. You could literally flip from pTGC back into Pulse and have nearly 20 times more Pulse. That's a thing, dude. That's a thing. You could flip half of your bag and have 10 times more Pulse and still have half your bag of pTGC. And the same is true for UFO, in those ratios. I mean, not identically, but the same principle. Those are the facts. And I'm sure there are more that I'm missing. Yeah. Okay. What do you think the facts and reasons for B-Root swapping on those pulse X for pTGC? What I just showed you. What do you think the facts and reasons for B-Root swapping all this pulse X for pTGC? Ask me if I hold any pulse. Ask me if I hold any pulse X. Ask me if I hold any Inc. PDI. Actually, I got a bunch of PDI paired with my UFO. What about Teddy Bear? Do I hold Teddy Bear? I do have moon bags of some of these tokens, but I don't have what I used to. At the end of last year, I went into my wallets and I did some house cleaning, and I looked at every asset that I had, and I did a little study like we just did right here of Pulse X versus pTGC. And I was like, well, pTGC is blowing the doors off this other token. Why would I hold it? Okay, so I am aping 90% into, and I put it into actually UFO at the time because I'm very bullish on UFO. But I left a moon bag because I've learned that over time, always leave a moon bag. So That is why I think B Roots flipped his PulseX into pTGC. And I'm wondering why, B Roots, if you're watching, if you're gonna swap some of your teddy bears into pTGC, because let's do it. Let's do it. Let's look at teddy bear, guys. I held a bunch of teddy bear. I was into that narrative. I was like, yeah, man, teddy bear, the meme on pulse chain. Yes, it is. And it will pull up. As it goes up, it will drag pTGC up. But let's look at which is the better hold. I mean, I'm not saying I have to be careful because I'm not giving financial advice. I just get really excited about things, and and it sounds like I'm giving advice. But let's look at teddy bear. It used to be that, and this is on the weekly. It used to be, let's see, that it only cost, like if you skip the first few weeks, it cost, well, let's start from here because this is January 2024. And that's 14 months ago. It cost 312 teddy bear per pTGC. Now it's going to cost you 25,752, which is a what in excess? 25,752 divided by 313 to round up, 82. If I had flipped all of my teddy bear into pTGC on January 24th, and I wasn't even in pTGC at that time, and I wasn't even in teddy bear then, but if I had, I would have done an 82x on my teddy bear. Guys, I just find it unbelievable that that's even possible. And this pTGC token has, I really need to commit this memory, like 15, let's see, October, November, December, January, February, 17 months of flawless operation. Flawless, man. And UFO is catching up. Before long, UFO will have 17 months of flawless operation. Hopefully, I'm sure. Great work, PB. Looking good for UFO and pTGC. Trev, yes, sir. Yes, we're looking good. Well, I'm going to pour some water, drink some water, mute my mic while I do. And then we'll get into this presentation. If you got questions, throw them in the chat. I have a big salty meal on Sunday, so it wettens my appetite for water. If you're new, I'm excited to present to you pTGC and UFO. It takes like 20, 25 minutes to go through the presentation, but it should be good. Almost 40 people in here. Cool. And I hope you guys will give me some space to take notes. I'm going to the conference this week. A little excited, but I'm also a little discombobulated. So we're just going to do it to it. I have slides to show you. And yeah, man. Okay, what we're going to talk about today. pTGC, UFO. We're going to review the DAP. We're going to do a little bit of moon math. And we'll talk about security. Because I am big on security. All right, you guys ready? Fasten your seatbelts. I think you already had to fasten your seatbelts after what we just saw. Good morning, Psycho Crypt. Oh, everybody has their unique names. Sorry, I get a kick out of them. I get a kick out of the names. All right, guys. That's what we're going to cover. Is pTGC for the DAP, moon math, and security. Oh, we're going through the slide deck. Sorry. And let me remove this. Where's my remove? Yeah, here we go. Hex Monkey. Yeah, welcome. So there you go. That's my opening image. You guys can read that for yourselves. Now this one's a banger, boys. The grays and the RH cores. Look at UFO in the green, pTGC in the gold, and the RH tickers down below. Notice how when the RH tickers move, the grays currencies move even more. I mean, take a look at that. Screenshot it if you want. If you want this image, I can send it to you. Just PM me. I will send it. I have 3 other images too that you'll appreciate. I don't think they're in this slide deck. But I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Pulse is half of SAC price right now. What happens when it goes to SAC price? That's only a 2x. That's a 2x. What's going to happen to pTGC and UFO when Pulse does a 2x? I'll let your brain fill in the blank. And today we're talking about these two tokens. pTGC has a 5% fee. UFO has a 6% fee, and that is on the. I need to go by my script. Sorry, and I'm going to read. I read my presentation, guys. If I go off script, I end up getting all messed up. So the logos. The Grays currencies are groundbreaking, renounced, immutable, and deflationary cryptocurrencies, purposefully designed to generate passive income for holders without relying on an inflating token supply. It's a deflating token supply. And notice, this ecosystem is designed to provide for you passive income. This has never been done before. These tokens deliver the benefits of inflation without the downsides. They function as powerful income generators. Their innovative mechanics consistently increase both the value of the tokens and the value of the liquidity pools that sustain them, setting a new standard in the crypto space. Every token reflected to you has been removed from the market, creating scarcity, and your yield isn't generated by inflation, but from tokens already in circulation. And every token earned as yield is fully backed by value sitting in the LP. I love it. We're fond of saying that people come to the Grays currencies for the X's. Yeah, I'm here for X's. But they stay for the APY. I'm staying for the APY. You see, most tokens rely on number go up for holders to take profit, and their only way to take profit is by selling principal. But the Grays currencies are different. You don't need to sell principal to take profit. You can simply exit through your yield, preserving the value of your principal while it continues to increase in value. You could literally earn yield the ways I'll describe to you, sell the yield, be in profit at the end of the day, and own a larger portion of the supply, thereby garnering you even more yield. So I'm just going to rephrase that. You earn the yield, and you can sell the yield because the yield is backed in the value of your yield is backed in LP. You can sell as much yield as you want, and you're not going to impact the chart. You live off the yield, because your principal is the golden goose. The yield is the golden eggs. Because the overall supply is continually deflating, your principal, as long as you don't sell any, will continue to inflate against the overall balance of the overall tokens supply. Okay, garnering you even more yield. Okay. So hodl the principal, and you'll constantly be earning more yield. You just got to pay the patience game, and we're all doing that. We're paying the patience game. Oh yeah, we already did that. Hold up. Logo with the taxes. You guys already saw that. I'll pop it up here. Taxes and fees sound daunting, but the Grays currencies use fees to directly benefit holders. So the fees are there to benefit you primarily, and the ecosystem secondarily. I don't know. I never really looked at it like that. I would say the fees are there to benefit. I think it's to benefit the ecosystem because we earn and we are benefited by the ecosystem. So I want the ecosystem to function and benefit before I get benefit. Does that make sense? So you think of the fees as the engine of the system, continuously driving growth and rewarding you for being a part of it. So volatility is the one thing that we count on in crypto. Volatility. We've been experiencing that a lot lately. And the Grays currencies leverage volatility into an advantage for users and the ecosystem. By following the natural cycles of the Pulse Chain network, these two tokens create a sustainable, rewarding system where imbalances in impaired tokens trigger arbitrage, driving value creation, rewarding users, that's you and me, and strengthening the ecosystem. In fact, an estimated 50 to 80% of transaction volume comes from arbitrage, which happens around the clock, building liquidity pools, burning tokens, and rewarding users. And I'm going to state a little, it could be an inflationary statement, but in the Grace currencies, we technically, literally do not need users for us to experience gains. It's true. But we want users. Why? Because then we'll gain faster, and the users gain a blessing by holding the tokens that we're promoting. Oops. Oh, if anybody wanted to, this is a thought. If anybody wanted to jump in and talk at some point, like I can send you an invite, and then I could bring you in to the StreamYard and we can have a chat. It's an idea. I'll throw it out there because I just clicked the wrong button and it popped that up, and it gave me the idea. So now let's talk about here's the liquidity web. I'm going to show this to you guys. So this is UFO and pTGC. Not only are these two tokens tightly bonded, if you look at secretobank.com, the link is in the description of this video. You will see, I should probably pull that up. Let's just pull that up right in the middle of my presentation. I'm not supposed to do this, but let's do this anyhow. Deviate from the script. You will see at secretobank.com that pTGC and UFO have a nearly $7 million LP. Okay, so that's that. Now back to the web. These tokens, especially pTGC, pTGC is bonded to like all of these. UFO is bonded to many of these. But it's this liquidity web that is the secret sauce to the Grace ecosystem. It is what is going to allow pTGC and UFO to move up with these paired tokens, like Pulse, for example. When it makes its run, what's going to happen? It's going to pull pTGC up with it. Last year, about this time, Pulse ran up 4x, and it moved pTGC up 40x, a 10x over its move. And then when Hex makes its move, or Pulse X, Ink, PDI, Teddy Bear, Atropa, did I say PDI? When any of these tokens make their move, they're going to drag pTGC up with it. And UFO. When UFO moves up, it's going to drag pTGC up with it. Why? Because it has a really thick LP with it. Oh, and I just talked about all that. All right, I'm going to read. I got to get back to my script. I'm really out of practice. I want to take a minute to describe to you why it's important that we've bonded with these key assets. We're all familiar with Hart's law, which states that tokens bonded in liquidity will move together. I want you to picture the Grace, and this is why I want to read this, because this is an important illustration. Picture the Grace currencies as a rock being tethered by balloons, which represent our bondings in LP. As these balloons inflate and deflate, they thereby raise and lower the Grace currencies. There you go. Now let's cover a few distinctions between the two assets. Slide 7. Oh, here are the LP pairs. Here are the LP pairs. And this is a little bit dated. At one time it was 2.8 million. Now it's 6.7 million. Whoa. Someone needs to update their slides, but that does make me happy. It's good when your LP has doubled. Wow. That is nuts. You know what, guys? Everything that we have been talking about for the last year is happening, and at an even greater pace. Let's talk about some fee distribution. pTGC operates with a 5% fee on all buys, sells, and transfers. Note, transfers. I said transfers. If you transfer tokens from one wallet to another, you will pay the 5% fee. Importantly, none of the fees go to founder or developer wallets. Instead, the fees are allocated to specific functions that support the Grace ecosystems. I'm going to look for questions in just a minute, guys. And here's how the fees are allocated. 2% to the DAO, 1% to stakers, 1% to holders and stakers, 0.5% burns pTGC, like sends it to the dead address, and 0.5% is added to the pTGC Pulse LP, and that's burned too. And then we're going to get into some ways that you can earn passive income with your pTGC. But before we do that, let's go answer some questions. If Pulse starts to run and pTGC runs more per past charts, pTGC will get to the $1 trillion. Seems that's what it looks like. $1 trillion in market cap. Yeah. Isn't that possible? Let's get to $1 billion first. Because, I mean, $1 trillion is going to be 1,000 billion. That's a big number, dude. That is big. But we're just beginning. Danny Ortiz. What would happen if I transfer from MetaMask to Rabby wallet? I have pTGC and UFO in my MetaMask wallet. Will it just transfer? Yes. However, Danny, I think you're talking about rekeying your seed. You want to switch from MetaMask to Rabby. Good move. Okay. I'm going to remove this for a second so you guys can see my hands. I am a big advocate of the Rabby wallet. I think it'll work better with the Pulse chain. But if you're going to key your seed phrase in, why don't you do this first? Why don't you get a hardware wallet? If you don't already have one, if you do, transfer those tokens to a hardware wallet. If you don't have a hardware wallet, there's a link to a Trezor in the description. Don't buy them off of eBay or Amazon. Get you a Trezor or whatever kind of hardware wallet. You know, I am an extreme advocate of hardware wallets. Because it sounds like your assets are on MetaMask right now. Those assets, I mean, people wake up and their tokens have been drained. Their wallet's been drained because they weren't using a hardware wallet. So yes, I am advocating getting those tokens onto a hardware wallet. If you simply transfer your seed from MetaMask to Rabby, you'll have a great software wallet, but you just keyed your seed phrase into your computer. Even if you're using a a crypto only laptop or whatever, I don't play around, guys. When it comes to my crypto, mine's locked up tight as possible. Why? I have a hunch where this thing is going, and I do not want to get wrecked. I'd rather get wrecked now than we do 100x and I were to lose everything. Good grief, man. Take it serious, guys. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rabby and Trezors or any kind of hardware wallet. Not any kind, but don't need to transfer. Just start a Rabby wallet with MetaMask private keys. Yeah, I would get the hardware wallet. There you go. Let me know if I'm missing anything, guys. When I'm streaming, I'm under a lot of pressure, and so there's a lot going on, and I overlook stuff. Any way to reach out further than just Pulse Chain? Can pTGC get LPs with Sol ADA? Yes, we can, and we're always looking. But you just got to trust, in my opinion, we got to trust our leadership, the top 100 stakers, that they are looking out for good stuff. Yeah, you will lose tokens. True. Thanks for bringing that up, Tracy. If you do transfer, when you do transfer, you will lose 5%. But just remember, Danny, we are here for not 5% of a gain. We're here for X's. So yes, you'll lose 5%, but you're going to gain, 5X or whatever. Excited to have found pTGC and UFO. Pulse is going to go soon. Good, Trev. Right on, dude. I am excited that you found it. These are the golden geese. The golden pTGC is the golden goose of crypto. That's what we used to say before UFO came out. Now it's the golden geese. Sorry, English language is so messed up. You found the needle in the haystack. Accumulating close to $10,000 of pTGC, hoping it goes to $1 million. I really think it can. I really think it can too. Do you think there will ever be any additions from the dev team? I'm definitely interested. I can tell you what, I have no idea. Well, I do have an idea. The founder, is in pure educate mode right now about pTGC and UFO. He's getting the word out. That's all we're doing. pTGC and UFO are my largest bags. Why? Because they're doing so well. I know that. So excited to see the Mel's faces. Yeah, it's going to. It is. UFO and pTGC are my, once Ethereum goes, we're off to the races, guys. You said it too, huh? Yeah. A lot of people are saying that. They're my biggest bags. Yeah. I use Rabby with the Trezor. Yeah, good, Tracy. Good deal. There, wannabe. Back to the presentation. Back to business. Let's get back to work. So you guys can earn, we can earn 3 different ways: by holding, staking, and locking. The first way, pTGC tokens are in what are called reflections, which are proportional to your share of the supply. You will see these reflections accumulating in your wallet immediately, and they'll never stop as long as Pulse Chain is alive. The second way to earn with pTGC is by staking. There are no time constraints. Let's show that slide. And you will continue to earn reflections because the yield is liquid, you can compound right back into your principal, which is really awesome. You can start a stake and end a stake at any time. You can even end as little or as much of a stake as you want. Just be aware that there's a modest 1% fee on the principal when you do end a stake, which is distributed to other stakers. Before we get into locking, I got to open a window because the sun is going to start shining on this side of the building and I'm going to get warm. Hold up. The third way to earn is by locking your tokens. You don't need to lock your tokens, but I have become a big fan of locking tokens because of the rewards. Lock tokens continue to earn staking, rewards, and reflections. You got to lock them before you can you got to stake them before you can lock them, okay? And it's important to note that your tokens must be staked before they can be locked. There you go. Got ahead of myself. So I have a 1 million pTGC lock, and it's a 10-year lock. Even though it says 1 year up there, that was 1 year's worth of data. And the initial value was $47. Today's value is, I think it's more than $575 right now. Total yield is, I need to update this slide, but all that stuff it's pretty close, okay? So it was a 57% APY on the yield alone. And what we found is that with this 1 million pTGC lock, we found that it led us to finding that the APY on staking was 165% more than holding, and the APY on locking was 230% more than holding. So, and then we have different locking tiers. There they are. There's a 90-day lock, which I'm a super fan of. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 10 years. And you can see the 10-year locks earns you 100% of the locking reward. So what this is, let me read this first, then I'm going to. Okay, so the 90-day lock, so long as you intend to hold pTGC for that long, is an easy yes for me. Unlike staking, though, you cannot unlock a portion. So you got to unlock the whole thing. Locking has a unique advantage. When other lockers early end lock, they incur a 30% penalty, and their forfeited tokens are distributed among the remaining lockers. So with locking, again, it's optional. You decide how much pTGC you want to lock and for how long. I'm a fan of doing multiple locks, multiple 10-year locks. I am taking some notes, guys. Why? If I lock up a huge bag of pTGC for 10 years and then suddenly I want to early end lock it, EEL, I'm going to nuke 30% of that whole bag. So why not break it up into, I don't know, multiple little bags? So if perhaps you decide to buy that yacht and nuke a lock and pay a 30% penalty, you're paying 30% penalty on a smaller bag. Okay, makes sense. You can leave your locks as long as you want. They will still to continue to earn staking rewards and reflections and locking rewards even after they mature. Can leave them forever. All right, cool. And so the staking rewards and the locking rewards, it's all based on your position of the supply. Like if you are a 1% holder of all the other 99 percent holders, you're going to earn 1%. I'm not making sense. If you own 1% of the supply that's staked, you're going to earn 1% of the rewards going to stakers. If you are 1% of the supply of the staked of the locked tokens, you earn 1% of the 30% penalties. Does that make sense? Probably a terrible explanation. But and here's a little locking calculator on slide 11. Let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. So this is cool. And but I think this is going to be updated. I can't see it. It's too small for me to see. Let me scooch it over. So what we found with this 1 million pTGC that's locked for 10 years is that we're averaging 395 million pTGC emergency end locked every month on average. So what you can do is go into lookintoptgc.com and put in right here where it says simulated unlock amount, put in 395 million because that'll estimate 1 month's worth of early end locks. Put in your locked pTGC, okay, however much you have locked in a 10-year lock. And if you want to adjust it, you have to use ChatGPT for that. Put in your simulated price, whatever you think the price is going to be, and then your percentage of that. Like for a 10-year lock, it'll be 100%. Like if you had 30 million pTGC in a 9-year lock, we'll just make your earning percentage 90%. And then down here, it will show you how much you would earn in value, at the bottom. Whoops. Okay. So that's a cool calculator at lookintoptgc.com. And that's one of the reasons I've become such a huge fan of locking is because the rewards stand to be very, very juicy. All right. Now, hold on 1 second, guys. Got a question here. Hold up. Banana, can you explain the X factor on the moon math calculator? Is there an X factor that pTGC always does over pulse? And how do we know what X factor to even put in that's realistic? Great question. Shall we just deviate over to the calculator? I just kind of want to nip this. I want to nail it, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. Hold up, guys. I'm going to drop your comment down, JD, and then we're going to talk about X factor, and then I'll make sure I answered your question. Hold on. It's the moon math calculator. And I think, everybody has access to this, okay? Because I'm not even logged in. Okay, so let's look at pTGC paired with PLS. And your question is about explain the X factor. All right, X factor. The X factor is how much pTGC has moved up against WPLS. So what we can do to figure that out is go to the pTGC chart. Let's go to the pTGC versus WPLS because that's your question specifically. WPLS. Bear with me, guys. We'll get back to this. We'll get back to the presentation in a minute. So you see that we're at 19.66 WPLS per pTGC. Let's go back to March of last year. Since March of last year, we have gone up by, I think that's 410x. Whoa. 410x. Am I thinking correctly? 410x. It's just sometimes the numbers in pTGC are just so overwhelming. Somebody said it on Spaces yesterday. They're like, you guys like really tone the numbers down. We do. Because the numbers are so unbelievable. We've moved 410, that's not right. 4,100%. Tell me in the chat. Am I doing this right? I'm going to put it back on stage. So since March of last year, we're up 4,126%. So in March of last year, it's here we go. It was 0.4. It was 0.46. And right now it's 19.666. Oh, so 19.666 divided by 0.465. That's 42. That sounds, not 410, but 42. Oh, thank you, Kestrel. Yeah, you guys get it. That's a 42x. 42 against WPLS in the last year. So that's your X factor. That's your X factor. That's your X factor number that we put into the calculator. But then we come over here and you want to see something real crazy? Let's put that. Let's be really moony. All right. Let's be on like Mars. This is Mars math. Mars math 101. X factor 42. You guys if you're sensitive to moon stuff, just plug your ears. X factor 42. And let's say that PLS only does like a 25x from here over the next year. So pTGC does a 42x against the layer 1, just like it did last year, 42. Only last year, the layer 1 just went sideways pretty much the whole year. Well, this year, it's going to do 25x. Do you think it might do it for more than 42x? Okay. We're just going to leave it like it is. That's crazy, man. All right. And then we'll calculate. All right. What's that going to be? That'd be a 94-cent pTGC. That's 1,000x, guys. So your X factor is, did you follow that, JD? I know it went off the rails a little bit because I'm just like unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So your 42 is the X factor number. And you multiply that times the 25x of the WPLS did, and that's 1,000x. And I can't explain it beyond that, JD. If you jump on Spaces tomorrow night, Zen can explain it eloquently. He's the math whiz. I just know how it works. Okay. Cool. Glad that helps. I'm so glad that helps. Yeah, it's just, guys. Amazing. We'll come back to that. Wow. All right. Let me get back to here. Let's go back to, okay. Yeah, I gotta get myself together after all that. Locking has the potential to become an impressively rewarding strategy under the right conditions. Yeah, and like if we even continue to EES 395 million every month. Okay. And as the number goes up, people are going to be tempted to EEL, not EES, EEL, their bags. I'm going to be tempted. I'm not kidding, man. I'm a man. You know, I got issues. I got temptations, just like any other guy. And as the number goes up, and one of your bags is like, okay, here's the illustration. I put $100 into this thing. It's now worth, it's worth 1,000. I can nuke 30% or 300 and still be up $600. Okay. You put in 100 and you're up 600, like in profit. So I lose $300. That would be sad. That's the sad part. That's what you have to come to terms with. But the holders of the guys that are still locked are going to benefit and are benefiting from people early end locking, because people are early end locking right now. And here's why this can become a lucrative strategy. Unlike reflections and staking rewards, pay attention, this is interesting, which are tied directly to price. Reflections and staking rewards are tied to the price of the transaction that day. When the contract executes, it's executing at today's price. Makes sense? But locking rewards are based on your share of penalty tokens from early unlocks, completely independent of price. So somebody puts in $100 into pTGC today at today's price, locks them up. The price does 100x, and then he emergency end locks, and he sends 100x tokens to you. That's how it's going to work, guys. It's brilliant. In 2024, there was an average 400 million pTGC unlocked per month. By adding a third revenue stream to pTGC, locking perfectly complements reflections and staking. I love it. I'm doing all three with all of my pTGC, except for a little bit that I might use for something special here in the next year that I'm keeping liquid. Here is an example locking strategy. 10-year locks. I did a certain percent. I did like 88% in 10-year locks, 8% in a locking ladder, and 4% in a 90-day lock, which is maturing here in about a month. Yay. And I can, like I said, that 90-day lock, once it's mature, I can just let it sit there and sit there and sit there until I'm ready to do something with it. It can sit there indefinitely. All right, you guys got that? Here are some other locking strategies. We already talked about this one. Instead of locking one large bag, divide your pTGC into portions. So if you need to emergency unlock, the penalties will be less than 30%. Take advantage of the next locking tier. This is another big one. If you lock even one day into the next higher tier, you will earn rewards from that higher tier. Yeah. So if you want to earn 10-year tier rewards, well, take 365 times 9 years, plus 1, and lock your pTGC for that number of days, and you'll earn in the 10-year locking tier. Why do you want to earn there? Because it's 100%, which is better than 90%. There's no penalty for leaving a lock beyond the set term, and you continue to earn reflections, staking, and locking rewards. Let's move on to UFO, guys. All buys, sells, and transfers of UFO incur a 6% fee. 3% is paid to LP providers in the form of PLS. 1% is paid to holders in UFO. 1% is used to buy and burn UFO. 1% is used to buy and burn pTGC. And we found that UFO burns more pTGC than pTGC itself. On odd days, it'll burn upwards of 10 times more. I kid you not, I'm tracking it. It burns a lot of pTGC. Recently, though, honestly, it's burning more, but not even like a 2x, a little less than a 2x. Right. Now, UFO doesn't have the staking capability that pTGC has, but it does offer investors several ways of earning passive income. Holding to earn reflections, providing liquidity with Pulse, PulseX, Inc., Hex, eHex, or PDI, so you can LP or UFO with those tokens, and you earn your standard DEX fees. All right, let's show this slide. I don't know that I put my slide in here that has the APY, and I need to get that one in there. I hope I did. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Let me just proceed. Important points. Only LP from the DApp. If you LP from PulseX, you will not earn the DApp, the rewards that you would get from the DApp, like the LP rewards. LP UFO does not earn reflections. So Everybody that is LPing their UFO is not earning reflections. What does that mean for people that are holding UFO? They're getting extra reflections. And you will see if I showed you my my APY slide that holders are earning like 91% APY because I have a test. I have another test UFO bag, and then LPers are earning 50% APY, roughly. Those are rough numbers that I remember off my head. LP any token listed on the DApp. Don't LP UFO and pTGC unless you're willing to pay the fee on each of them going into the LP and then coming back out. It could be a total of 22% by the time you come back out. That's big. I didn't do it. I ain't LPing UFO and pTGC. LP'd UFO earns PLS. Held UFO earns UFO. Because UFO tokens that are in LP positions don't earn reflections, many users LP some and hold the rest liquid. And that's what I've done. I actually wish I had more liquid, but I put a lot into LP at the beginning. LP, any token listed on the app, they all share the same rewards. It doesn't matter what pool you enter. All pools earn the same. And you earn based on your UFO shares, which we will talk about. So how do you earn pulse rewards with UFO? It's simple. You pair your UFO with any RH ticker that's on the DApp, or I'm reading my notes, guys. You pair your UFO with any RH ticker or PDI through the UFO DApp. Yeah, through the DApp. Once paired, you obtain a UFO share rate, which is established when you add your UFO tokens to the LP pair. For every UFO token you contribute to the LP, you are granted one UFO share. Pay attention. These UFO shares are important. UFO shares, like in my opinion, are equivalent to locks in pTGC. Like they're like the silver bullet. Here's the key. Your UFO share rate is locked in and remains unchanged, even if the token counts in your pool fluctuate over time. Like if you incur impermanent loss, if the value, if the number of your UFO tokens decreases, of course, the other side is going to increase. But even because your UFO shares are based on the number of UFO shares you put into the pool, your share rate does not change, even though the number of UFO has. Okay, which is a beautiful thing because it guarantees your share rate guarantees the amount of PLS that you're going to get in rewards. So how does the rewards pool work? Well, 3% of all UFO trading volume is allocated to a rewards pool. The more UFO shares you own, the larger your portion of the pulse rewards. Why does being early matter? Well, as the price of UFO increases, so does the cost of obtaining a UFO share. Locking in your UFO share rate early can significantly impact the rewards you earn. For example, today, you split $5,000 put into UFO and $5,000 into a paired token. You could secure roughly 71 million UFO shares. If UFO experiences a 10x increase, someone else would need to spend 100,000 to obtain the same share rate that you locked in for just 10,000. Acting early could be critical to maximizing your portion of future rewards. Let's talk about the DAO briefly. The DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization governed by smart contracts and decisions made by its members through a transparent and democratic voting process without the need for a central authority. pTGC was the first DAO on the Pulse network. Voting power is determined by the number of tokens that you have staked. All stakers can vote, and the top 100 can submit proposals. The DAO is a key driver of sustainable growth, keeping pTGC agile and responsive to market changes. Think of it like a boat on a lake versus a train bound to a fixed track. So what sets the Grays currencies apart from other fee-based tokens is their unique combination of DAO for governance, staking and locking, earning while LP'ing, in the case of UFO, alongside liquidity webs valued at over more like $35 million today. The DAO has enabled the community to strategically acquire significant amounts of Pulse, PulseX, Hacks, Inc., and other assets, taking advantage of price opportunities at the bottom of Pulse chain that may never be available again. And as the prices of these assets rise, they're contributing to the creation of massive liquidity webs, which is attractive to bots and whales. For example, their combined Pulse pool alone is worth $5 million today. If Pulse were to 100x, the value of that pool would soar to $5 billion. In such a scenario, arbitrage bots would need to move 100 times more value, thereby bringing additional value to holders. All right, let's talk about what you can do with your yield. If you need instant liquidity, you can sell your yield anytime. You're not going to significantly impact the chart. And besides, we're all here to make a profit. It's okay. You can simply let your earnings accumulate and grow your holdings over time and then buy something nice for you and your wife. You can compound your rewards back into your principal, or to maximize earning potential, you can add to your stake and even create new locks. It's totally up to you and your individual investing priorities and desires. You guys ready for my big list? Let's answer. Yeah, Trev. 41 is still amazing. And we put 25 in there for Pulse. It would be like 1,090x, I think is what it was. That's nuts. It's just like, I don't know why people get offended at moon math. Like, I don't get offended. I just get blown away. It just boggles my mind. You know what I like? One of the reasons I like crypto is it gives me hope. It makes me excited. And even if it don't happen, it's like the last few weeks. I have two mindsets. I'm not euphoric anymore when things are just kind of, I'm not euphoric, but I'm still bullish. And it's that bullishness that just keeps me going. It keeps me excited, So, hey, 2Gs. What's up, Banana? pTGC is king. UFO is the prince that pays homage to the king. It was said, hey, Zen said on Spaces yesterday, something very interesting. He said, pTGC moves with users, with adoption and all that. UFO, and hopefully I'm stating it correctly. He says UFO is more like it starts moving when price goes up or something like that. And I don't know. I'm probably messing it up, but it was interesting. They said that pTGC is more user-based movement and UFO was more automated is how it came across. All right, you guys ready for the list? Are you ready for this list? You might want to sit down for this one. It's a little dated, but there are some things in here that I think that will ring your bell. There are only 1,600 UFO wallets that hold $1,000 or more. There are only 4,000 wallets that hold more than $1,000. There are only 12,000 pTGC wallets. There's actually 13,000 now. 5,000 UFO wallets. 50 to 80% of volume is bots. 11.7% of pTGC and 7.5% of UFO has already been bought and burned. They're a claim check on RH tickers like we talked about early in the stream. By holding these tokens, you own RH tickers. We have a whale that holds 11.7% of the supply. It's called the dead address. Every pulse rotated into pTGC in August has done a 20x actually now. Every reward is backed by value in LP. They're hyper deflationary. They're the golden goose of crypto. The bigger our LP pools become, the harder the machine will work. The founder is a student of RH, Richard Hart. There are no founder allocations. The founder is engaged with the community, benevolent, semi-doxed. pTGC and UFO thrive in a volatile environment. The supply is continually reduced with every transaction, whether initiated by a bot, a buyer, or a seller. They are getting the attention of some of the largest players on Pulse Chain. They have a combined $25 million in LP. They're like a Lambo, revving its engine, waiting to drop the clutch. They offer several streams of passive income. They thrive in a volatile environment. They're like cash flowing Miami beachfront property, but with zero overhead. They're paired with the most promising tokens on the Pulse network. They're so autonomous, we technically don't need users for the machine to still work. They're the needle in the haystack. They are a referral token. We're averaging 41 new wallets today. 51, actually. pTGC has over $17 million in mostly burned LP. When Pulse or any RH ticker runs, the grays run harder. They're the easy button of the Pulse network, letting you effectively own even more RH tickers. Let me illustrate to you the power of these two machines. Think of it. If no prices changed and we had $10 million in volume every day for 1 year and the Dow did nothing but buy and burn pTGC, we literally have the ability to create $128 million of buy pressure and send those tokens to the dead address. That's a $128 million buyer that will never sell. Ooh, let's do the APY. I think it's on here. Ah, yes. Let's talk about APY. It is in here. Good deal. 31 people here. There's the LP APY. 20%. It's 20%, not 50, like I said. 21%. Reflections is 111%, and that's based on a 1 million 1 million UFO, 1 million pTGC in this case too. And separate wallets, not claiming them, not doing any of that stuff, just letting them sit so we can have an example, like a data set. What do you call it? Like it's a laboratory on my wallet. And we that's where we got this information, this APY. The reflections for pTGC, 29% staking, 48% locking. I'm going to call that 20%. We have 6 public meetings every week. I will not have an AMA this Friday or next Sunday because I'm going to be out of town, which is sad. However, I do think it'll be worth it. We have spaces tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Tuesday, voice chat at 3 p.m. Pacific. Wednesday, not this week, but usually AMA at 9 a.m. Pacific. Thursday, voice chat, 8 a.m. And Saturday, spaces at 7 a.m. And if you guys are excited about the Grace currencies, as many of you are, join the Space Force. Go to secretobank.com/grays. Upload your old, or needs to be renovated profile picture like I did, and put this attractive gold circle around it like you see 2Gs has in there. And who else in here has one? Psycho Crypto. Who else? Looks like that's about it. And we understand David has one. We understand if you cannot do it for whatever reason. I get it. All right. I do. I really do. But if you can, update your profile picture with the gold ring and then put it on your Telegram, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay? Let's go over to the DApp. We're at an hour and 8 minutes. Let's go to the DApp, guys. Shall we? Yes, we shall. We shall. I need a drink of water. You guys doing good? CoffeeZilla Mogged. UFO is the prince. pTGC is the king. It's the mothership. pTGC is the mothership. Yeah, man. Put this in front of me. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to get my test wallet in here. Hold on a second. Bear with me and all that good stuff. And let's review the DApp. For anybody that's new, maybe you've never even seen this, I want to make sure that you go away with something. So we're going to review this rather quickly. We're going to spend most of our time on pTGC. So this is all global data stuff. The total pTGC staked and locked. Now this is what is applicable to this wallet. TDC earned, like the total for reflections, staking, and locking. If you got questions, drop them in, guys. Holding, and that's your reflections. This right here is your reflections. That's 100. This wallet has earned 158,000 earned from staking, earned from locking. Okay. And if you add to your bag, it's still going to keep on adding to those numbers. If that makes sense, guys. All right. Now behind this tab, actually sitting in your wallet, it's just going to show you all the pTGC that hasn't been staked yet. So I'm going to click on here, and I staked all the pTGC on this wallet, but if I click here, it has earned 18,202 more. That's because those are reflections. My bag is earning reflections, and it has earned 18,000 more. Now, this is what I've earned for staking, 24,000, and that's claimable. You hit the claim button, pay the modest fee, and those tokens will go to your wallet. And when you're claiming, guys, I advocate that you pay attention to your transaction in Rabby and make sure you're claiming and not withdrawing, that you're claiming, see my cursor, guys, and not unlocking. And you can do that by looking at the value number, the value of the tokens going into your wallet. Good job, Shen. Okay, and I'm not going to do that right now. If you want to withdraw, you may withdraw as much as you want. I mean, you can adjust these numbers if you want to. But you're going to pay 1% fee on whatever you withdraw, 1% on your principal. And the 1% goes to all the other stakers. Okay. You guys got any questions? You follow me so far? Now, this is the locked pTGC. So this is like reflections up here, staking, and then locking down here. So the total locked pTGC is 14 million in this bag. And then these are individual, like this guy set it up just the way I would like to, like multiple 10-year locks. See, these are ending in January 2026, 27, 28, 29. Let's see, these, yeah, here's the 10-year locks right down here. See those ending in 2033. He's got multiple 10-year locks. And then he has a locking ladder, like January of every year, 26, 27, 28, 29, and so on. And then here is the amount that he has locked and the reward, 238. And then what he can do is he can claim those 238 tokens by hitting the claim button and paying the modest fee. Okay. Makes sense, guys? I hope it does. The early unlock fee is 30%. So do not click on the unlock button unless you really, really know what you're doing. Okay. All right. What else? What else, guys? Unlock first. I mean, claim your locking rewards first. I always do this first. Why? Because you're going to claim your locking rewards that go to your wallet, and then you claim your staking rewards. You can claim whatever first, like your staking rewards, and then your locking rewards, whichever is first. You do whichever one you want first. Then they go to your wallet. Just don't stake first, because you're staking what you earned to reflections. Then you got to go claim your staking rewards and your locking rewards. Then you got to go stake that. I mean, if you're compounding. And by the way, compounding more than about once a week is like weed whacking poison ivy and maintenance. Say, man, you're only harming yourself. Not really, kind of. I don't do it. I don't compound very, very frequently. That's me personally, but about once a week would be best, I think. Or if you get a large wave of yield. What else in here is of value? I think we're just going to move on to because I don't see anything of value. Now, some of you guys hold UFO and you're curious about how to like LP it. And I was in the launch. I was there for the launch of UFO. And I didn't LP anything because I didn't know how. And I'm about to show you how easy it is. I didn't LP anything for about the first 10 days or something. I don't remember. Chris Crypto AI Corner says pTGC is the best asset to hold in crypto right now. No, I can't believe I'm in it, man. So let's show you guys how to do this. You're going to click on UFO token right here. Click on UFO liquidity pools. These are all the tokens that you can pick from to LP with. Let's say you want to LP with PulseX. You got to have some PulseX in your wallet and some UFO. Click on manage pool, add liquidity, select your UFO that you want, however much, and then equal amount in dollars of PulseX. Select add new liquidity. You'll validate the tokens, each of them, and then add liquidity, and boom, you'll be done. And remember when I said when you do that, you'll be assigned a UFO share rate, and you're going to see that when you come back here to see your LP. So you go to UFO token, click on UFO PLP rewards, and this is where you're going to see your LP and your UFO share rate. So you're going to look right here and you're like, oh, okay. Oh, there's my UFO shares. 56,451,338.84 UFOs, UFO shares. Okay. And then this is where you would claim your pulse. So you can claim your reward. And then this is the total earned from reflections right here. So this is in UFO. Total earned from rewards and pulse. Like that's the lifetime total for this wallet. 18,500,000. Pending to claim 3 million. Okay. Any questions there? pTGC the best. Okay, well, Shen says, I've bought pTGC January 24th, locked and staked. Good deal, man. Good deal. And it somehow is, haha. I think you're talking to Chris. I was stupid, didn't buy enough UFO. You're not stupid, dude. You're in this system. And we've all made foolish decisions, but yeah. I'm just too greedy. Yes. We're all that way, man. We're here for money. We're here for gains, right? Okay, I think that's it for the DApp, guys. If you want to buy Gray's gear, click there. Yeah, I think that's it, man. What else is there? Let me go through my list here. Should we do some moon math? Let's do some moon math. We are at 1 hour and 17 minutes. Not too bad. But let's go to the reflections. Oh, I got to log in. If you guys want this site, if you want access to the site, just reach out to me personally or do it from the website. Okay. And we'll get you set up. How's my audio doing? I should put this closer to my mouth probably. Can you guys hear me better now? 30 people in here. Oh, let's go to the reflections. Now, what this is going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is it's going to show us how much you could potentially earn at certain volume levels. Okay. I'm going to make this a little larger. So I'm going to go into experimental mode. I'm going to use the demo wallet, calculate yields for pTGC. Okay. And this is a certain wallet. You're going to see he's a shark, whoever this guy is. And we're going to say pTGC at this time is doing $5 million in volume. So this shark wallet is going to be earning 18.41% APY. The value of his wallet is $1 million. Wow. He has 1.18 billion pTGC. Good job. He's a millionaire. His yearly yield is $183,350 at $5 million in volume. Okay. If you go to $10 million in volume, it's just going to double. Everything's going to double. So now he's earning $366,000. Now, mind you, you can earn 3 different ways in pTGC. This is only one. This is the first way. Reflections. This is the reflections calculator. So this $366,000 is his reflections only. You want to know what he would earn if he'd stake that? Okay, you're going to do 366, 700 times 2.65, $971,000 for staking. Yeah. Oh, that's some good cheese, guys. And if you are a whale and you have 3 billion pTGC, you would earn $921,000 in reflections only. Multiply that times 2.65, and that's your staking rewards. Multiply it by 3.3, and that is your locking rewards. Let's look at UFO. Are there any questions? And remember, this is all based on volume for about a year. And this is, this $10 million volume, that's every day on average for a year. And this is what your APY would be. Let's look at UFO. UFO is a different animal. Let's set it back to $5 million. And mind you, we've already seen multiple $1 million days for each of these tokens already this cycle. And we haven't even hit, we're not in alt season yet. Things aren't really hot. Is that road noise bothersome? It is to me. Okay. UFO. This gentleman is a shark. He has 1.27 billion UFO. It's worth $83,000. His yearly yield would be $197,000. Remember, you can't stake UFO. And if you're LP'ing your UFO, you're not earning any reflections. And this is reflections only. So he's holding these tokens, and he would earn $197,000 for holding those tokens if at $5 million in volume, okay, average for a year. And if you were a whale coming in here and you were going to buy a $610,000 bag, is that right? 9 billion? Yeah. $610,000. You would earn $1.44 million in reflections. That's juicy. That's some good stuff, guys. Are any questions there? Any questions? I'll make sure I'm looking at all the comments here. All right. We are going to wrap this up with some security. We did the moon math. We talked about pTGC. We talked about UFO. We went through the DAP. We reviewed some of the charts. Answered a few direct, good questions, guys. I appreciate the questions. Why? Because that means you learned something, and that's why I'm here. I want to impart to you something of value. That's the whole purpose of these AMAs. 29 people here. So, as you heard earlier, I'm an advocate of hardware wallet. If you need a referral link, there's one in the description. If you just want to go to the website, I don't care. Go buy direct from the website. Don't buy it from Amazon. That's my non-financial advice. Engrave your seed phrase into stainless steel and then slide that stainless steel into one of those 10,000 Fahrenheit proof wallets, which I've done. Never digitize your seed phrase, never screenshot it, never whisper it out near a microphone, never type it into a keyboard. Your seed phrase is your crypto. All somebody needs to access your crypto is that seed phrase. So protect it like it is your crypto, because it is. Revoke your permissions in your wallet every now and again, like once a week. In Telegram, turn off your phone number. Ensure no one can call you or add you to groups so you don't get wrecked falling into a group that you didn't know what's going on. Next thing you know, somebody's got your crypto. Don't let that happen. And I'm going to have some more. I'm going to actually make a slide about how to protect yourself in Telegram. I just haven't done it yet. Also disable auto downloads. If you're buying pTGC, go to PulseX. Set the slippage to 6%. If you're buying UFO, same, PulseX, set your slippage to 7%. Set it to auto router. Watch your wallet when you're transacting. Confirm your token, what do you call them? contract addresses. Even when you're claiming your rewards, write down these contract addresses on a sticky note and refer to them, or just memorize them. But take your transacting serious so you don't get wrecked. I mean, watching your transactions and paying attention to your wallet and not being distracted with what's going on in life, just focusing on transacting. I mean, take it serious. I mean, it's as serious as looking both ways before you cross the road. Follow me on X, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube. Join the Gold Circle Space Force. And I think that's about it. I think that's it, guys. An hour and 25 minutes. It's just what I want, under an hour. I think the last one we did went an hour and 45 minutes. Thank you, TS. Is there anything that I missed? TS or any of you guys, if there's anything that you would like to see me include in my presentations and such, by all means, let me know. There's some noisy vehicles going by, man. I'm on my office is on a main road, if you can't tell. Yeah. Let's go have a final look at the chart, because I haven't looked at it. I'm a chart addict, guys. I gotta admit. Let's go look at pTGC. Let's look right over here. Look, Bitcoin is up 10% for the day. Well, you know why that is, guys. Our current president is bullish on crypto, and he just decided today that he's going to put Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. He's going to make a national reserve. That's the wrong way to put it. Not a national park. Whatever. He's going to put it in the national bank or whatever. Okay. I hope you guys are laughing with me. He's going to put those tokens. He's going to make a national whatever with those tokens. And that's why we're seeing a big old juicy pump today on Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Ethereum 2 up 14%. Pulse chain was leverage. Okay. Ethereum is a leverage on Bitcoin. Pulse is leverage on Ethereum. PDI is almost back up to a penny. I'm shocked that pTGC is down 0.24%, but that's okay. It's going to catch up. It'll be like a slingshot. UFO is up 7%. Good times, guys. Let's be real. And this is where I always like to end. Oh, we are at 18.55 PLS. Things shifted since we were streaming. We're at 19. We've lost 1 since we were streaming today. Does that mean I'm giving up and selling my bags? Absolutely not. Guys, that's just a bump in the road. This is a monthly candle right here. And this is only the second day of the month. Listen, we've had, let's include this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 red days out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 4 out of 18 months are red. But this one only started. And guess what? It's probably going to end green. The odds are it's going to end in green. You think? Man. Guys, we're going to cut this off. It has been so fun having you guys in here. God, I don't know what to say, man. Get your gold circle. Go tell a friend about pTGC. Be active on Twitter. Start a YouTube channel so you can join me and we can stream together. And just keep pushing. Keep going. And we'll get this thing into the green even further. All right. We'll have spaces tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Have a wonderful day. See you guys.